Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another video here on Review and Preview Sports. And what a summer afternoon for the NFL as the Cleveland Browns have traded quarterback Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers for a 2024 conditional draft pick. Wow. I can't say I'm shocked, but I am confused by this move. I'm going to break this down for you in just a few moments, what it means for Baker Mayfield, what it means for the Browns and the Panthers. But before I dive into that, make sure to go check us out on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports as well. All our social media is there on the ticker below. Now, Baker Mayfield. This was reported per Ian Rappaport. Now, the conditional draft pick, we're not sure if that's going to be a fourth or a fifth round pick. I heard fifth round. It likely depends on some logistics, but the Panthers will wind up paying $4.85 million of Baker's salary. The Browns will pay $10.5 million of Baker's salary this year. The deal currently is still pending a physical, but my oh my. We all knew Baker Mayfield wanted out of Cleveland the second they traded for Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans. And, quite frankly, I feel for Baker a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but, he was arguably the most successful quarterback Cleveland has had since the turn of the century. The Browns have been a losing organization for a long time, and Baker started to put them back on the right track. Now, granted, he had a solid head coach in Kevin Stefanski, had an outstanding offensive line, arguably top two in the league, great running back in Nick Chubb, and an outstanding defense led by Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. But the play of the quarterback was always lacking with Cleveland. They went through quarterbacks like water. And the fact that Baker Mayfield was able to be successful there for 4 years is very impressive. Now, what's crazy about this trade in general is that the Panthers host the Browns week 1 of the 2022 NFL season. Now, that's mind-blowing as well. But, it's a real shame. I think the Browns made a mistake trading for Deshaun Watson and then giving him a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. We don't even know if the man's going to play this year. So, quite frankly, the Browns might be screwed and picking in the top 5 to 10 picks of next year's NFL draft. We will see. But back to Baker. Baker had his fifth-year option picked up by Cleveland last offseason. Now, that fifth-year option was picked up for almost $19 million. Now, Baker, 27 years old, again, played in college for 5 years. This past year, Baker did not have his best season. It was a little bit of a downfall from 2020 where Baker had an outstanding season. But in 14 games this past year, Baker completed just under 61% of his passes, over 3,000 yards, only 17 touchdown passes to 13 interceptions. The numbers aren't great, but in 2020, Baker had his best season as a pro. His third year, that earned him that fifth-year option being picked up. Baker started in all 16 games, and this was the COVID season, threw for over 3,500 yards with 26 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. And not only that, Baker helped the Browns clinch their first playoff berth since 2002 and their first playoff win since the 94 season. That was back in January of 95, where the Browns won their last playoff game. And the Browns were able to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2020 NFL playoffs and gave the Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money. But Baker, overall, his career with the Cleveland Browns, 14,000 passing yards, 92 touchdowns, 56 picks, a 29-30 record. That's not great, but considering he was the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, that's saying something. Remember, Mayfield was not supposed to be picked first overall back in the 2018 NFL draft. There were rumors it was going to be Sam Darnold. There were rumors it was going to be somebody else. Would the Browns take Barkley? Who knew? The Cleveland Browns wound up taking Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall, who is now a teammate of Sam Darnold for now. That's going to be an awkward quarterback room. You have 2 of the top 3 draft picks in the 2018 NFL draft class. Now, granted, this class was hit a little bit hard with the lower salary cap, but Darnold was picked 3rd overall by the Jets, got traded to Carolina last year, Now, Matt Rule, entering his third year as head coach, has an extremely complicated quarterback dilemma. Both of these quarterbacks, Mayfield and Darnold, are on their fifth-year options. I think Sam Darnold's days in Carolina are done. I think Baker will be the week one starter, granted that he's healthy. I think Darnold, there's a good chance he gets traded before the season starts. There's also a chance he could be the backup. I think the smart thing for the Panthers to do would be to move on from Sam Darnold, make Mayfield a guy for now, have him play out his fifth-year option. Then if you don't, you groom him for Matt Corral next season. It's not like the Panthers gave up much for Baker Mayfield. This is not Carolina saying we want Mayfield to be our long-term QB. No, it's them saying we want an upgrade over Sam Darnold for the 2022 season and to be competitive in the NFC South, a division that is lacking. The Atlanta Falcons are rebuilding. The New Orleans Saints, again, there's a lot of question marks around them despite their talented roster. Tom Brady coming back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Outside of Tampa Bay, who's going to finish second in the NFC South? That's kind of up for grabs right now. I mean, a lot of people are leaning New Orleans, but Baker Mayfield maybe puts Carolina in the conversation just a little bit. He has an excellent running back, and Christian McCaffrey has good, talented wide receivers. It's still left to be seen what happens with Sam Darnold. But for now, it seems like Baker Mayfield will be the Carolina Panthers starting quarterback in 2022. I think the Browns made a huge mistake trading for Watson and trading away Baker. I think it's going to come back to bite them in the butt. And remember, the Panthers also selected quarterback Matt Corral in the third round of this year's NFL draft. So with that being said, them drafting Corral and acquiring Baker, I think Sam Darnold is absolutely on the outs in Carolina. Folks, if you like what you watch, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports for more breaking news and up-to-date sports videos. We cover all sports. Appreciate everybody watching this video. What do you think of this trade? Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Who won the trade? Who do you think is going to benefit the most out of this? Baker Mayfield, the Cleveland Browns? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section below on this video. Ring the bell for notifications. Thank you all very much for watching and have a great day.